When you type a prompt into an AI assistant, the interface feels clean, effortless, and weightless. There are no smokestacks, no visible emissions, and no physical moving parts. We call it the cloud, implying a system that floats harmlessly above the physical world. In reality, pressing enter on a generative query triggers an instantaneous choose-chain reaction across a physical industrial monster. That single prompt draws tens the electricity of a standard search query and evaporates roughly half a liter of fresh water just to keep the underlying silicon chips from melting. Wow, I didn't realize it took that much. That is a massive amount of energy just for one prompt.
To understand why AI is so resource-intensive, you have to look at the math beneath the interface.
When you perform a traditional Google search, the server simply finds an existing web page index and sends it back to you. It takes roughly enough to illuminate an LED bulb for about 2 minutes.
Generative AI doesn't find an answer. A large language model runs billions of matrix multiplications across thousands of specialized chips simultaneously.
A single modern AI training chip, like the NVIDIA H100, pulls up to 700 watts of power at peak load. At full dynamic load, this chip draws massive power. More than a household microwave.
And the power density explodes to over 40 to 100 kilowatts per rack.
That isn't a computer room anymore. It is an industrial furnace that runs on math.
All that electrical energy introduced into a chip turns into one thing: heat. If high-performance GPUs exceed 85 degrees Celsius, they suffer thermal throttling or permanent physical damage. To cool facilities operating at this density, traditional air conditioning isn't enough. Hyperscale data centers rely on evaporative cooling systems. Fresh, treated water is pumped through the facility, absorbs heat directly from the server loops, and is evaporated into the atmosphere through massive cooling towers. Researchers at UC Riverside calculated that generating a simple 20 to 50 prompt conversation with a large model consumes roughly 500 milliliters of water. Scale that across hundreds of millions of daily active users, and a single large data center facility consumes between 1 to 3 million gallons of fresh water per day. That is equivalent to the daily residential water of a town of 10,000 people. Municipal water tables in drought-prone areas like Arizona, Utah, and Northern Virginia. This sudden, massive demand for electricity is colliding directly with the physical limitations of our power grid. For the past decade, electric utilities planned for flat or declining energy demand growth due to energy-efficient appliances and LEDs. AI wiped out those projections overnight. Tech companies pledged 100% clean energy. But solar power is intermittent. Energy-demanding AI data centers require 24/7 baseload power. Renewables cannot guarantee round-the-clock reliability. Utility companies are delaying retirement of aging coal plants to feed hungry AI hubs. Optimists argue that hardware and software will solve this problem. Models are becoming smaller, chips are becoming more efficient, and quantization reduces the energy per query every year. Unfortunately, economics about a phenomenon discovered in 1865, Jevons Paradox. When technological progress increases the efficiency with which a resource is used, the cost of using that resource drops. Lower costs dramatically increase demand. As coal engines became more efficient, coal didn't run out. Consumption skyrocketed because every factory could now afford one. As AI is more efficient, developers don't use less energy, they embed AI into every search bar, every operating system, every smart app, and every automated workflow on Earth. Efficiency doesn't shrink the footprint, it scales the deployment.
Artificial intelligence is often sold as a light, ethereal transformation of mind over matter. But beneath the chat interfaces and generated art lies the largest, most resource-intensive physical build-out of heavy infrastructure in modern human history. Every line of generated text has a weight. It is measured in watts, pulled from a local power grid.
And milliliters of water evaporated into the sky.
This is the DataVerse Chronicles. If you want to see the physical realities shaping our digital future, subscribe.
And let us know in the comments how data center expansion is impacting your regional power grid.